Hey everybody, it is Yishan here. I am here with a video that I've been working on for a while, and it is about the future of Gren Maju. I'm a really avid Gren Maju player. Even topping YCS with it once, that was crazy. And a lot of people have been asking me, Yishan, what are you doing for Gren Maju? And I want this video. I'm gonna give a couple of deck lists, a couple of ideas for everyone. But this video is basically me sharing ideas with the community because honestly, Gren Maju is in need of some new ideas. It has been struggling to compete for a while. Super Poly hasn't been that great. It's a little better this format, but still, and Desires just got limited. So we're really hitting a triple whammy here. And of course, just general power creep, combo decks. Even if you break their board, they just come right back and kill you. So yeah. That is sort of where I am at right now, and I just wanted to share with you guys, a couple of thoughts that I've been having basically about the deck. So let's talk about a couple things. Of course, there's always ways to improve decks, but what I'm looking for is sort of an improvement in the way we need to catch up with the game, right? Like the last time we really got a really good card was Gizmek, and this was like years ago, more than 2 at this point, 2.5 roughly. And this was huge for like we don't have a card. We haven't had a card like Gizmek in a while, and that's understandable. They don't print Gren Maju support cards. They sort of just print random cards, and then some of them happen to be support for Gren Maju, right? So there's that. So I've been looking, I've been thinking, right? We got the zombie vampire recently, and I've been thinking, right, what can we do? And to me, there are 2 new cards that we can best take advantage of that give this deck a higher power level. To me, were these 2 level 10 synchros down here, Baronne de Fleur and Swordsoul Supreme Sovereign, Cheng Ying. This card is really good with banish effects because of the effect for each banished card that's gains 100 attack and defense. Your opponent's monsters lose 100 attack and defense, and then if it can't be destroyed, basically. And then if you can banish a card, it's got like a Thunder Dragon, I guess, Titan effect. And if a card is banished, except during the damage step, you can banish 1 card, each from your opponent's field and graveyard, which is just huge. I mean, that's a great effect that this deck hasn't had access to. And these 2 are sort of like more modern Yu-Gi-Oh cards that we can take advantage of because we have a lot of level 8s. I mean, some of level 8s like it's nothing, right? So, at least in my opinion, I've tested a couple of things, and this just seems to make the most sense, right? It just does. It just does, right? These cards, I've been testing them a lot. They are so powerful, and they're so much more in tune with how powerful the cards have become, and we can take advantage of them. So that's sort of my main point, and I've been thinking of a lot of ways take advantage of them, and this is an example of deck list I have here of one of my favorite level 2 tuners that I've found so far. I'm going to be talking about more level 2 tuners and more ideas, but this is a simple deck. We've got Deep Sea Diva, which basically all we're doing in this deck is summoning another Deep Sea Diva, but not this card has been fantastic for me. It baits out negates, baits out Ash, baits out Imperm. Still useful if it gets Veiled or Impermed, and then just sometimes you can make 2 level 10 synchros, or a Link Dark and a level 10 synchro. So I've been really pleased with it, but that's sort of my new idea. This is just an example deck list right now. Gren Maju is not tier 1. The cards are so powerful. Brave, DPE, Scythe locks everywhere, Phantom Knight's going crazy. The cards are so powerful right now that this deck is not tier 1. Flunder is pretty strong, but it can compete. This deck can compete, right? And so that's sort of what I've been taking advantage of. And this card is like gives you more incentive to play cards like Eater of Millions. A card, I've summoned this and then played Eater, attack for game, soft, and summon this, summon Eater, effect, banish 2 things, attack for game. Really common play pattern with this deck, right? So it sort of gives a lot of incentives to play these Eaters, these Gizmeks, right? This card works so well with them. So yeah, that's sort of my current thing right now. This is just a sample list I've been playing. I've been playing the Foolish because I wanted to increase the Gizmek Orochis, the count in my deck. I'm going to do more in-depth deck profile later, so I get sort of this deck more refined. But also I can send Plague Spreader, so sort of like I was looking for something else to send, and Plague Spreader is just a level 2 tuner that can summon itself from the graveyard, so it gives like multiple foolish targets. It also can be summoned of Hulk to go into Unicorn and Access Code, so there's not that there, or to turn Divas into a Dark Charmer with Halky Fibrax. So, you know, lots of options, right? Lots of options. And so Diva has been one of my favorite ones. The rest of the list, you know, so your standard Kaiju stuff, you know, Alpha, Dangers. Now, the one thing with level 2 tuners is that it's harder to run a card like Astral Karibo. That's what I've been thinking about recently. Right? Astral Karibo. And by the way, guys, I want, you know, these are sort of my ideas, and I usually don't put them out until I've refined them quite deeply. But I'm sort of asking you guys, you know, what are your guys' thoughts on Gren Maju moving forward? You know, because it's an interesting deck, right? It's an interesting deck. Astral Karibo, one issue with it is that it doesn't work with Deep Sea Diva. So that kind of sucks. But I do like Astral Karibo. I think this card's actually pretty good. I've liked it. It's performed well in a lot of my testing, but the problem is if we're playing level 2s, it doesn't quite work as well, right? It just doesn't make level 10 Synchros, which is what you're trying to make. So yeah, it's certainly interesting. It's certainly interesting. There are other level 2 tuners. A moment to talk about Super Poly. I put it in the side right now because I feel like it's pretty good against a lot of decks. But you know, it's still a work in progress. But this is what I'm looking at. Other level 2 tuners that I've thought of. There's a couple that I think are worth playing. The first thing is actually Gamma. I'm going to show you guys an interesting list here. I was messing around with this. And there should be a Baronne de Fleur in this deck, but ignore that for now. One interesting thing that I've seen is Emergency Teleport with Psy Reflector. Just ignore this Smoke Mosquito. It's just right there randomly. Interesting card, but not very good. I mean, it's good. It's funny. It's better than Battle Fader, basically. But yeah, we got Psy Reflector here, which is, you know, it's really, really good normal summon. I wish this card was level 2. If this card was level 2, it would be the best level 2 tuner. Like, I would play it. Who cares if they imperm this or ash this? Like, you just, you know, you just win anyway, right? Like, just make it level 10. But the idea behind this is Emergency Teleport you can play Gamma on your deck as a level 2 tuner, right? And special out the Gamma with E-Tele, which is pretty cool. So you have Psy Reflector, this Gamma package here. That's another thought I've had. I haven't liked it that much because you're playing I mean, like, this is a brick, this is a brick, this is a brick. You've got like more than a 30% chance of opening a brick every single 30%. That's like, you're gonna see that once every match if you go to 3 games. Like, and this deck draws a lot of cards, so you're gonna see it like 50% of the time, which is just, it's so high. Honestly, it's just so high. So I've sort of been not too happy with Psy Reflector, but it is a 1 card Chaos Ruler, which is pretty cool, like a recurable level 8 threat. So there's that. Another idea I had, another good candidate, is a card called Diviner of the Heralds. This is another level 2 tuner that I've been looking at. I don't know if I have some sample deck list. This is like a crazy deck list that I was looking at. It's not good by any means. I just want to point that out, just to sort of a random. This doesn't even have Gren Maju in it, but this is sort of like a crazy like rank 8 danger deck idea I had, which was like you know, tons of dangers. Trade in, you're playing Melody for this Chaos Dragon and the Chaos Armageddon guy. You got Gizmex in Desires, Foolish for the Snow, you know, and then you could play Diviner of the Herald, although this deck doesn't even have it. So, like, you know, one thought is you could play Diviner of the Herald in a deck like this, you know, maybe instead of Psy Reflector and this driver package, and play cards like Elder. So there's a couple cards you want to play. There's Elder, Entity, NTSS. You can play with Diviner of the Herald. Let me just look at a better deck list. Diviner here. Oh, this is blank. Okay, we'll look at here. Right, you know, you can play like, you know, this Elder, Entity, NTSS, or like a level 6, which is, you can play Moki King, which is so cool with Diviner of the Herald. And Diviner of the Herald basically is a level 2 tuner where you can just summon it and dump one of these fairy fusions, right? So if you want it to be level 8, you can dump Moki King. If you want it to pop a card, right, because it lets you pop a card with Elder, Entity, NTSS. If you want to pop a card, you can summon NTSS, and you know, you're good on that front, right? And You know, you could pop a card. That's cool, right? That's cool. You know, if you need to, and then you could link it off to like a fucking, I don't know, Kalki Firebrack, summon another level 2 tuner from your deck. The world is full of possibilities, is all. It's full of possibilities. So that's a thought I had. You play Elder Entity, you play Melodious Diva. Sometimes you don't even have to just activate the effect if you just want to make a level 10 synchro. So Diviner of the Heralds, that's another thought that I had, right? It's just sometimes like it's awkward because you don't even want to activate the effect. You just want to make a level 10, and in that case, you'd just rather have Deep Sea Diva, but it is pretty flexible because it could also be turned into a level 8, right? Although, if you had another level 8 on the field already, then basically it doesn't matter because you could make a level 10 or a level 8. But I guess it works slightly better with Astral Karibo. So that's a thought. That's my Diviner of the Herald. That's one of the other level 2 tuners that I thought. Okay. So that's it. It's very flexible, but sort of its Diva is always good. Where this is sometimes like I just don't want to activate the effect because, you know, if people really learn about the effect, like I don't care about a pop. Go ahead, make your Diviner level 6, right? Because it has to gain the level of the thing that it sent. If that's not clear, right? So okay, that's another level 2 tuner. Very, very interesting one though. Very, very interesting one. This is an interesting one because it's so flexible. Right, there's a couple more. There's this level 2 tuner that's it's a fusion. That is a tuner that's level 2, and you know you can play like Ready Fusion to summon it. So it's like you don't have to have normal summon it anymore. So for example, I would really consider a card like this in a Golden Castle version of the deck. Right, that is where I would see this. Going. Let me see if I have a Golden Castle. A B C D E F G. Or C Castle. I have an old deck list, right? This would go well with the Golden Castle version of the deck, right? Which is now Instant Fusion is a great extender because it just helps you make the level 10 synchros, right? You can play Ready Fusion. So let's go. What is this called? Alvain, the Essence of Vanity, right? So okay, you know now you play Ready Fusion and Instant Fusion, and you can summon this guy out basically. Special summon, so you can play in addition to Golden Castle, right? If you're, you know, if your normal summon's already level 2 tuner, but now you get this sort of like this double effect where you're not only are you playing Hextrude and Golden Castle, you get to also play this Instant Fusion guy. Pretty interesting stuff. So that's another thought. There's another card. I know, so I'm going on with this. This is more of a discussion for you. Another card I've thought of. This is all the stuff I think about, by the way. They don't always make my videos, but I just sort of wanted to show some of the stuff I think about that I don't talk about as much with you guys, but I wanted to try this out. So let me know if you guys like this stuff. This is pretty like random stuff. Another level 2 tuner, Battle Wasp Sting the Poison. This is another option, okay? This is another option because you can add a Battle Wasp from your deck to your hand, except Sting the Poison. So I don't know what you would add, but maybe Pin the Bullseye. Probably just because you could special it. Maybe Aloe Breast, the Rapid Fire, but you could play like this plus you know, a Plague Spreader, and you could go, you know, Battle Wasp, search this guy, you know, so it gives you like card advantage. Or if you just want to like keep cards, if you just want to keep it in hand for dangers, that's also cool. Just take a thought. I mean, obviously this could search itself. I think it would be the best, but it can't, so that's okay. Also, you can like, if they don't negate this guy, you can special summon the pin out and then tribute the pin and negate sort of like a thing that's negating you. So you can force out a Boral Savage like negate or something like that, right? So this is really interesting. You have to play like this though in your deck. You have to play a brick, which I hate. I hate that, right? Like Hextrude, at least you can normal summon it. I mean, this or trade it in a way, but this is interesting. These are the tuners I have thought of. I don't think anything else is good enough. Now maybe I'm wrong. If there's a tuner I've mentioned that isn't good enough. Oh, there's one more. Okay, there's actually one more. Dino Wrestler, this guy. There's a Dino Wrestler guy. Dino Wrestler, Colistat. You have to control no monsters. But if you do, you can summon it. Which is okay. Okay, so here's what I'm thinking. If you need to just special summon this guy, like it might be good in the Golden Castle version. You can play this with Golden Castle as well as the Instant Fusion. The Ready Fusion is a little more flexible, but it does cost life points, I believe, right? Costs like 1,000, right? So yeah, there's this Dino Wrestler Colistat guy, which is a level 2 tuner that can just special itself from your hand. But you have to control no monsters. Now that's usually okay, because usually if you control a monster, you can probably afford. I'm just gonna go on a limb and say you can probably afford to normal summon it, but not always. It's gonna come up where you can't special it, and you would have wished it was Ready Fusion, right? But then you save spots in your extra deck, so that's nice, right? That's nice. So that's sort of my thoughts, right? These are my thoughts. If you want to play Golden Castle, that definitely works. You could try. You know, it gives you like a good first turn play to make a rank 10. You know, so there's a lot of options here. A lot of options here. I think you sort of have to do something like that to compete with the game in this format. So those are my ideas, guys. You know, I hope you find them interesting. Let me know what you guys think, right? The last time I was thinking about new normal summons was probably Fairy Tail Luna. I've been looking for good normal summons ever since Castle, Luna, and so level 2 tuners I think are the next frontier, because we need to abuse these new cards, right? Baronne is way more broken than anything they've released for Gren Maju in the past 2 years. And Swordsoul Cheng Ying, that guy is really good. That guy's just it has so much synergy with Gren Maju cards that I like it. It's almost like another Gren Maju in itself, except it can't be destroyed and it banishes shit. So that's that's nice, you know? So that is sort of what I've been thinking about. Let me know what your guys' opinions are on all of this. This is really interesting. You know, I have no idea. Oh, by the way, I think you can use Penguin Tops to tribute Coily stat. So that's pretty cool, right? Yeah. So that is everything, guys. That's just what I've been thinking about, you know, what I've been doing, what I've been dreaming up, brewing in the lab, and sharing my ideas with you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I know it wasn't like as deck profile-y or stuff, so let me know if you guys enjoyed it. If you guys enjoy the content, you know, if you're a Gren Maju fan, you know, please consider subscribing and liking the video. I'd love to read about what you guys have to say in the comments. I'll be looking at it this weekend and in the future, and I hope some of you guys have some good ideas as well, because that's what I wanted to share with the community. And until next time, guys, hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I will see you in the next one. All right, peace.